The original interest in the racehorse business stemmed from my father. He had some show horses, barrel horses, and won the Quarter Horse Congress barrel race in Columbus, Ohio. And shortly after that, he sold the horse for a significant amount of money. During high school, spent a lot of time before school, after school, getting the horses ready to go to the track, rehabilitating them once they came home, and that kind of thing. But always found myself Friday when school was over and basketball practice was over, I would go for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to the races, spend time with the horses. Never really was intrigued with the wagering side. Still really can't remember the last time really placed a bet, even if I really think they're going to win, but was always interested in the actual athletes and the races themselves. When I went to California, Blaine Schwanevelt, the barn I had was next to his, and you know, there couldn't be any better mentor as far as work ethic, dedication, what it took to get there. In fact, some of the first years that I went to Los Al that didn't have enough money economically to rent an apartment or somewhere, I actually stayed at Blaine and Shirley's house. They were nice enough to take in. Probably the biggest memory I ever have from Blaine Schwanevelt was I was staying there at a time when he was serving a 30-day suspension and refrigerator was going to run. And the horse had a phenomenal record. I think maybe the horse had never ran worse than second with him running him. Phil, his brother Schwanevelt, was running the stable, and I just happened to be a bystander at the races that night, and it was very stuck in my mind. I came back home after the race, and for whatever reason, the horse acted up in the gate, and he ran forth. And this was way before TVG. This was before a lot of off-track betting opportunities. And I remember the girls passed me in the grandstand, and they were kind of laughing, and they said, "Don't be the first one home," is what Shirley said. So anyway, to make a long story short, for sake, I get home, turn the door handle, and the first thing he said is, "What happened to the horse? What happened to the refrigerator?" He just said, "I've ruined his record. He may not be world champion." Just really up in arms, and I'm sure part of it was the frustration he couldn't actually physically be there. Well, it wasn't long after that he had called a TV station and brought a DVD of the race over. And we sat there and watched the race once. We watched it 100 times. So that really wasn't the moral of the story that stuck in my mind, and at the time he couldn't go in the track. Well, I went to bed, and I laid there for maybe an hour, hour and a half. Granted, we watched the replay for an hour and a half, and the race probably ran at 11 o'clock. I can remember it as tomorrow, about 3:12 in the morning, he came in there and woke me up and said, "Hey, let's go out to the ranch in Romaland and do some work." He just, for a great horse, it just ate him up that the horse didn't run his best race and he couldn't be there. And to take it that serious and to mean that much, it always stuck in the back of my mind. I'll never be a Blaine Schwanevelt. I don't think there'll ever be another one, not trying to be, but I also have some of the same interest as to where a true love or student of the quarter horse game. Don't gamble, don't hunt, don't fish, don't really drink, there's nothing wrong with any of it. Don't play cards, but just race horses. And in the off time, you know, I'll go to races, or I'll go to a sale, or I'll go, it's just beyond the work part of it. It's consumed me with also the love affair and the love interest of it. I probably need to have some of those other habits to not be as crazy as what I am about it. It's just absolutely incredible. You know, he came to us at the Heritage, and when he came, you know, I remember Jerry saying, you know, I think the horse can run, but certainly at the time I didn't know receiving the horse because he was coming from their farm. And then once we went to Ruidoso, you know, the cool mountain air and the summer, he just started building bulk and building confidence, and just like a bull, every time he went to the track, he just got more confident, he just got fitter, he just got stronger. And you know, I made a decision. I think sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. We had just enough time between the Heritage and the Rainbow to whether we should work the horse or not work the horse. And he had little ankle issues going into that he left Oklahoma with, and made a strategical decision just to train the horse up to the race. And he won his trial and qualified, but at the same time, he didn't run anywhere near his best race because he needed it. And that was a big risk to take because most of the horses, almost always, you work them across the surface. It was getting to be about 40, 45 days. This is a 2-year-old. He hadn't been worked. He hadn't been gated. But he came back and run super in the in the finals and won the Rainbow.
They're running in the Rainbow Futurity. Good break from all. From the far side, Cashing in My Dreams broke good. Toward the inside, we have Stoley's Winner, then Fast Prize Zoom, and in several million between horses, here comes PB and Crackers. This one's wide open. Stoley's Winner, PB and Crackers. Fast Prize Zoom is defeated. Stoley's Winner, the winner of the Heritage Place Futurity wins.
Kid yourself not. If you're racing at Delta, if you're racing at Remington, if you're racing at Hialeah, if you're racing wherever, and if you've got one horse and you're in Ontario, the real thing that drives it is, will I ever have one good enough to go win that race? And, you know, I had a little bit unique perspective from having already seen how good Just Significant had ran that year. The talent Califugitive looked like he had, and I was in the barn next to both those horses, and you know, Draper was telling me, man, I've seen a lot of tough All-Americans, but from 1 to 5, man, this is unreal. Jess Zuman had run second in the Heritage. You know, his trial race, if you go back and watch it, was incredible. He won it by almost 5 lengths and didn't break at all. And so Mighty Corona was out of Corona Chick, and he was steadily getting better every race. Stoley's Winner had already won 2 Grade 1s. So as I had a little bit different perspective from the other horsemen, is I'd already seen Jet Black Patriot run 4 times in Louisiana. And I knew I was there for his schooling race. I was there for his Mardi Gras trial. I was there when he set the track record in the Mardi Gras. I was there when he won the Lee Berwick. I knew how good the horse was. I knew at a full 40 distance how talented the horse was. So I felt all along that there was all these great horses had come together from a lot of places, but the whole time I thought, you know, if you beat that horse, you probably can win the race.
And they're running. All got away well. Stoley's Winner from between horses with Jet Black Patriot, then Mighty Corona and Winner's Version. Just Significant down along the inside, then Califugitive, but it is Jet Black Patriot and Stoley's Winner. These two are pulling away and leaving the others in their wake. Stoley's Winner, Jet Black Patriot, Stoley's Winner wins the All-American.
Winning the race was just a culmination of every emotion that you could ever have because of the sacrifices that everybody had made to get to that point. My father-in-law, Tracy's dad, he's always had a great saying, and in some aspects I thought it was crazy. In some aspects, as the older I get, and he had Deceptively, he had Stars in Her Crown, he had Shirley B. Gale, he had Femmes Frolic, so he knows how to run 2-year-old quarter horses. As he's gotten older, his priorities may have changed, his interests may have changed, but still the knowledge is there. And, you know, it's good because of the weather, it's good because of things can happen in a race, is it to always have 25 horses in a set of trials. But he told me something one time that always sticks in my mind, and the older I get, the more, whether it's a Stoley's Winner or whether it's an Ochoa or whatever, that always sticks in my mind. Everybody says don't always put all your eggs in one basket. And he told me that he doesn't think, he only trained 6 or 7 horses a year, and he had those several champion horses. He told me a long time ago he thought that was the wrong philosophy. And I said, well, what is your philosophy? And he was talking about a runner. He wasn't talking about a claimer. He said, my philosophy is, yes, you put all your eggs in one basket and carry it real softly.